Thanks a lot. Okay, I will start again. Today's lesson was be concluding the Shadbala topic. The fifth one is the Naisargika Bala. What is a Naisargika Bala? Naisargika means the fixed one. It won't be changed in any kind of variables. The Naisargika means fixed one. So based on that, we are going to find the Balam, a Bala for that. So what does that mean? On the grahas, the natural based on their natural tendency, which one is predominant, which one is not. Okay, mainly it is based on this order is based on the how much the brightness it was illuminated or it was consumed by the jataka or the visibility. Consider based on try not to confuse here. Only mainly two things. One is the natural brightness. Second is the visibility. How much the graha is brightness and the visibility. This is based on these two things. The graha is ordered. Based on that, the bala is also calculated. Okay, for example, sun is the most predominant one. Okay, because the sun's energy we are receiving every day. The sun is the predominant energy. Then followed by the moon, because we know the sun is ruled by day, moon is ruled by the night. So the sun is the predominant here. Next one goes to the moon. Then goes to the Venus. Remember this one, brightness and the visibility, not about the distance, brightness and the visibility. Then goes with the Jupiter, followed by Mercury, followed by Mars and the Saturn. Last one is the Saturn. Okay. Now, based on this principle, what is the principle? Based on the natural brightness and the visibility, the order is placed. Based on this order, the Virupa is calculated. That means the Bala is calculated. If the sun, which is in your Jataka, in your horoscope, sun was in a good position and it will have the high Naisargika Bala. This is the fixed one. It won't change. There is no variable for this. Okay. Sun is the first one, will get the good marks. And next one goes to the moon. Next one goes to the Venus, followed by the Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. The last one is the Saturn. So the order, this is the easiest one. But saying that isn't easy, but the calculation is a little bit tough. But anyway, we are not going to do that, right? The simple thing we have to know about is which is the predominant one, which is the least predominant. Sun is the most predominant. Last one is the Saturn. In between, this order you remember, but this order is for your knowledge only. Are we going to include in any kind of a calculation? No. But just remember this order. That's it. Okay. Then last balam, that is the sixth, is the Drikbala. We already saw this in many lessons, but this one we see it as in one more time. Drikbala means aspect, based on aspect. In your horoscope, the grahas is placed in the houses. From in any of the houses the graha is placed, what is the aspect is giving the strength. Basically, the Drikbala calculates the strength of the planet by adding up the supportive and the harmful effects. What is the supportive? What is the harmful effects? If the aspect of the malefic weakens the planet, in your chart, if the malefic planet is seeing the graha, then it weakens that planet. So consider this the benefic planet was aspecting one graha. That means increasing the auspiciousness or increasing the strength of the planet. Okay, simple as it is. If the malefic was aspecting, it weakens the strength. If the benefic was aspecting, then the strength was increased. This two always you have to remember. This one we saw many times, right? Remember we had one lesson for aspects only. That aspects is the Drikbala. If in your Jataka, one graha receives the good aspects, then that Drikbala will be increased. Consider if you are in your horoscope. Okay, let's have an example. Instead of speaking, let's have an example. I'm going to switch the screen now. Just share the Jagannath Hora. It's showing me here. I don't know why. Let me see. So everybody can see this Jagannath Hora, right? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now we'll see, as an example, we saw this aspect many times. Okay, let's have the one example. Now for this chart, I don't want to show this chart. Let me go with today's chart. Okay, this is the today's chart. Okay, consider this one. The ascendant is in the which Rasi? Ascendant is in which Rasi? Imagine
Vrishika.
one.
Vrishika.
Yeah, Vrikshika. Imagine one child was born at this time, January 7, 2024, and 408, 4 hours, 8 minutes. Okay. Then this is the chart for or him or her. Okay. The ascendant is the Vrikshika. Here the two grahas was there, right? One is Mercury, another is the Venus. What is the aspect of the Mercury and the Venus? How many aspects?
Mercury 7th house.
Venus also 7th house. Mercury and Venus have only one aspect, right? Let's see about the 7th aspect of the Mercury and Venus. So Mercury 7th place is which one?
1, 2, 3. Mercury.
Taurus. Taurus.
Rishabha. Okay. Venus and Mercury and the Venus will aspect Mercury and Venus. Anybody wants to speak? Okay. I'm hearing my voice again, so I muted everybody. Okay. Here, the Mercury and Venus aspecting the 7th house, that is the Rishabha. Here, there was no Graha in it. So the Mercury and the Venus is in the good shape now. But we are not yet concluded. Maybe some other planets, maybe some other Grahas is also aspecting this one. Then that derives the Drikbala increased or decreased. Okay, let's move into the second one. Mars and the Sun. It's in the Dhanush Rasi. This is the second house for this Jataka. Mars and the Sun. Let's go with the Mars first. What are the aspects of the Mars? No, there is no aspect for the Mars. 4, 8, right? Yes or no? Okay.
Yes.
Let's go with the Mars. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth one. 5, 6. I getting I'm mute here. 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th one, and this is the 8th one. Okay, now we are concentrating on, for a simplicity of our example, I'm taking only the Lagna Grahas. Okay, what is the Lagna Grahas? Only the Mercury and the Venus. Is there any Graha aspecting the Lagna or not? Okay, that is because for simplicity of our example, I'm taking only one house. But for when you are analyzing the Jataka, what you have to do? You have to see all the houses which Graha is aspecting, which is receiving the aspect. You have to see all the kind of stuff. But for our example, for the Drikbala example, I'm taking only one house, that is the first house. The Graha, which is in the Lagna, is anything was aspecting the Lagna or not. That is our objective here. Okay. For the Mars,
Shani is aspecting Lagna.
Yeah. This is the 4. Mars is the 4, 7, 8. So Mars is not aspecting Lagna. Okay. Let's move into the Sun. Sun is having only one aspect. That is the 7th one only direct aspect. So Sun is also not aspecting Lagna. Let's move on into the Saturn. Saturn, how many aspects it is having? 3, 7, 10. Yes or no? I believe everyone is saying yes. Okay, let's go into the 3. 1, 2, 3. Then the 7, this one, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this goes 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now Saturn is aspecting the Lagna. Yes? Agree? No?
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll go into the Ragu. Now we'll move into the Ragu. Ragu was having the 3, 7, 11. So it is going with the backward motion. So 1, 2, 3. No 1. 4, 5, 6. So it passes the Lagna. This is the 7th one. 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the final aspect. So Raga is not aspecting the Lagna. Till now, we haven't find out that Saturn is aspecting the Lagna. Now let's go with the Jupiter. Jupiter is having how many aspects?
Jupiter 579.
5, 7, 9.
Now let's go with the 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one aspect of the Jupiter. 5, 6, 7, and this is the 7th one. 8, 9. Okay, this is also not aspecting the Lagna. Let's move into the Ketu. Ketu is also having the 3, 7, 11. Then 1, 2, looks like I have to go backward. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and the 7th one, and 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go one more time. 1, 2, 3, and this is the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Ketu is also aspecting the Lagna. So till now we found out 2 grahas aspecting the Lagna. Let's move into the moon. Moon is having how many aspects?
7th.
Only one. So it is aspecting the Mesha, which is the Jupiter in it. So, so that's it. So now we are considering only the first house. First house having the 2 grahas, Mercury and the Venus. So here the Mercury and the Venus. So this is aspected by which planet? Saturn as well as the Ketu. Okay. Ketu was aspecting is in the 11th, correct? 11th aspect. Saturn was aspecting which one? In the
Bit,
Lagna?
Vanita, confusion bit fast it became.
Saturn is 10th aspect.
I went very fast. No, the technique is very simple. I went through every grahas. The objective is simple. We are concentrating only on the Lagna. Lagna having the two grahas, Mercury and the Venus. So we are trying to find out for this first house, is there any graha aspecting this one or? Okay, let me erase this one so we can. Give me a second. I will show you that. Okay, here our objective is very simple. We are concentrating only on the first house. 2 grahas, Mercury and the Venus. So we're trying to find out, is there any other grahas aspecting the Lagna or not? This is our objective. Okay. So the Mars and the Sun, we move this. I don't know how to move it. Okay. Mars and the Sun, it was not aspecting the Lagna. So we leave it. We move on. When you move into the Sun, we found out that the Saturn was aspecting the 10th aspect is in the Lagna. This is the 7th one, 7th house for Saturn. This is 3rd house for Saturn. And the final one, 10th house for Saturn. Yes. Then the Rahu, this is the 11th one, this is the 3rd one, this is the 7th one. So Rahu is not aspecting Lagna. Jupiter we saw 5, 7, 9. That is also not aspecting Lagna. Then we move on into the Ketu. Ketu was aspecting 11. This much clear? So there are 2 grahas aspecting the Lagna. In the Lagna, we have the 2 grahas. So then we have to find out, is the malefic or benefic? Saturn is the malefic or benefic? No?
Malefic.
It's till now.
Malefic.
Okay,
Saturn is malefic.
Saturn is malefic. Ketu is malefic or benefic?
Malefic.
Okay. So what are the things we have to understand here? Is the graha is the benefic or malefic, and what is the aspect, what is the number of the house aspect it was having? Okay. When you find out this one, then the Drikbala will be calculated. Now, till now is clear, right? What is the aspect based on which scenario the calculation was made? Till
Yes.
now, okay. Now I switch the screen again. Drikbala is based completely on the aspect only. How much the strength the planet is receiving. Is the planet is in a good state or not is determined by the aspect also. So if for now, the Jataka which we saw now, the Mercury and the Venus receiving the two malefic planets aspect. So Saturn and the Ketu, both are malefic, so that weakens the Lagna. Okay, simple thing. Then you can ask me, okay, then the Lagna is the weak. We can conclude this with only Drikbala? No, we have to analyze more. But for the Drikbala, the Lagna is weakened based on the two aspects of the malefic planets. Suppose in case if the Guru was aspecting the Lagna, then the malefic will be reduced. The weakness strength of the malefic will be reduced because the very much auspicious planet Jupiter was aspecting that Graha, then the auspiciousness will be increased. Okay. Now, why I talked about the seventh house aspect, fourth house aspect, why I'm giving that importance? This is also for a reason. Seventh aspect always receives a full strength. Normally default, every grahas receive the seventh aspect. It was a direct connect. Like there was no drishti, the drishti was in front of you. Whoever in front of you, you will give you the full drishti to them, right? Similar. Seventh aspect is a full strength for the calculation. Okay. Mars is the two additional special aspect 4 and 8. This is having the 3/4 of the strength, not having 100%, 3/4 of the strength. Okay. Jupiter 5 and 9 having the half strength. It won't be the full strength, but half strength. Saturn 3rd and the 10th. It is the half strength. Okay. So remember, the seventh aspect will give you the full strength, particularly for the Drikbala calculation. Till now, any doubt?
No.
Okay, that's totally awesome. Now we'll concluding the Shadbala. The Shadbala is the summation of all the 6 components. Then you ask me, what is the 6 components here? Sthana Bala, that is your positional strength, that is also having the sub-components. We already saw that 5 different type of sub-components. Then the Drikbala, that is your directional strength. Then the Kala Bala, that is the temporal strength. This Shadbala, the motional strength, how it was moving, okay, during the transit. Then the Naisargika Bala, which we saw now, that's a natural strength. It won't be changed at any point in time. Natural strength means the graha which was fixed in there, it is their natural luminosity and the appearance. Based on that, the natural strength Naisargika Bala is calculated. Then the Drikbala completely based on the aspect. Okay, all the 6 components, it derives one value. Every bala will give you one value. Then sum it up all 6 values, that will give you the Shadbala. Okay, what are the units which is used in the Shadbala? So they call it as a Virupa. Virupa means the one more higher unit is a Rupa. 1 Rupa equal to 60 Virupas. Most of the Shadbala calculation is based on the Virupas. Okay. Now, before concluding this one, we are going to see the Shadbala example also. But before that, we'll see what is the Virupas calculation numbers will be. In the Shadbala, if you want to consider this graha is the strong one or not, how you are going to consider? Okay, now we are excluding the Rahu and Ketu for now. For the Shadbala, this strong graha calculation, we are removing, excluding that one. Consider only the 7 grahas. Okay. If the sun was having 390 Virupas, that is the minimum. That is minimum, at least 390 Virupas, then it is considered as the strong graha. That means for this particular Jataka, if the sun is the 390 Virupas, then it is considered as the sun is in a very good position. The Shadbala for this Jataka, particularly for the sun graha, is the strongest one. If the moon is moving in, same for the Jupiter also. If the sun and the Jupiter having the 390, at least, I'm repeating the same, at least. Okay, it can go more than that. If it goes more than this, it was too strong. Okay, at least it was 390, then you can consider sun and the Jupiter above 390 or at least 390, it is the strongest graha. So, okay, now let's move into the Mars and the Saturn. Mars and the Saturn, if it having at least 300 Virupas, that's good. It is the strongest planet. Moon is a 360 Virupas, and the Mercury is the highest Virupa we need. It is a 420 Virupas, and the Venus is the 330. If this is the minimum one, if the planet is having more than this, then it is considered as the very strong graha. Okay. Now we'll see into the different strength of the Sthana Bala, Drikbala, Kala Bala, Shadbala, Ayana Bala. Okay, the Ayanam you already know about it, I believe. Ayanam is Dakshya Ayanam. Okay, we consider it as an Ayana Bala. We don't confuse there. When we are going to see the Sthana Bala now. Okay, that point in time, if the Graha, that is Jupiter, Mercury, and the Sun, in the Sthana Bala, if it is having 165 degree at least, I'm giving the number, it is at least. If it is having at least this value in the Sthana Bala, then it is considered as the strong graha. And same goes for if it was the Drikbala, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter was having at least 35, it's considered as the strong. Kala Bala 50, Shadbala 112, Ayana Bala 30. Then if all the matches, then Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, and Sun is in a good position. Then same thing goes for Moon and Venus. If the Sthana Bala is 133 or greater than, then it is considered as the strong graha. Same goes for the Kala, Jeshta, Ayana also, the numbers. Mars and the Saturn, same. If the Sthana Bala is greater than 96 or more than that, then it is considered as the strong one. For in the Sthana Bala, then for the Drikbala, you have to see if it is the 30, then Kala Bala 40, Shadbala 67, Ayana Bala 20. Okay, and you may ask the question, okay, how are you going to find all this number? You don't need to do that because currently we have the very good softwares that will do everything for us. Okay, we'll see an example now. After that, we will, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, let me see. I'm going to switch the screen. I'm going to show that same thing in Jagannath Hora as well as in the Astrosage. Okay, let's see in the first Jagannath Hora. Okay, go to the strength in the tab. Then it was in, usually if you saw in the strength, you may not see this because I opened, okay, make sure. Okay, possibly you may get this kind of the screen. Okay, suppose in case if you see this kind of the screen, this means it will show in the percentage level, not in the Virupas. Remember, when you see this screen, it is not at the Virupa level, it is the percentage level. They also mention it is in the percentage strength. Then you right click here, then you go, so Shadbala breakup. Then that will show you this screen. Okay, second.
Please show where you right clicked. I mean, I just want to see.
Okay, I will show one more time. Okay, usually default you have this. When you click on the third tab, that is the strength, definitely you will have this screen. Okay, then again right click, there you find out the show Shadbala breakup. Okay, click on that. Then you will find out ended up in this screen. Okay.
Okay.
Here you have to find out the Sthana Bala for the Sun, it is the 197. Then you have to compare against the value. If the Sun which is having Sun which is having the 197, is that the good or not? Because if the Sun is having the 165 or above it, it is considered as the strong graha, for especially in the Sthana Bala. Same goes for Jupiter, same goes for Sun, Jupiter, Mercury. So Mercury is also good. It's above 165. Jupiter is not good. It's below to 165. So like that, you have to find every answer, but you don't need to do that now. Why? They will give you the bar chart here itself. For the Shadbala, they will give you the numbers 341, 478, 388, 481. 322, 338, 50. What is the thing when you see the Shadbala? What is the thing you have to remember is the only one chart numbers which I showed you earlier, right? Yeah, let me show that one. But that is also you no need to see because when you see on the percentage level, but even then I'll show you. You see the PowerPoint, right? PowerPoint. Okay. Do you see the PowerPoint? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Why
Yes.
everybody quiet today? Okay. When you remember this numbers, this is more than enough. Sun and the Jupiter 390, Mars and Saturn it is 300, Moon 360. If you remember this Virupa is more than enough. But if you also feel like I can't remember all this kind of the stuff, leave it. You no need to remember. Then I will tell you one trick. Okay, I'm going to switch the screen again. Going to Jagannath Pura. Okay, here if you find out this number, this is an interesting one because when you compare against the number, you understand which bala in the among the Shadbala, which bala is strong or not. You can easily find out here based on the numbers. Okay, then you believe that no, I'm wasting my time. Then go ahead into this. You see my cursor, right? Let me point out here. You see this cursor, right? Go ahead here and find out this number. If you remember that numbers 390, 360, that numbers remember in your mind, go ahead and see this. If you see that, no, I'm not going to see this one, then go into the last one. It's a percentage 10. Okay. If this is the Virupas, see, remember, this is the Virupa, this is the Rupa. This 1 Rupa is equal to 60 Virupas. Okay. This both are same only, but the units are different. Okay, here this is the percentage strength. If you want to quickly find out which is the good one, let me get me background noise. Unmute everyone. Okay, here. This one you can easily find out which is the graha. It's 10th for this Jataka. For him, the Saturn is in a good one because the because the percentage strength is high. Then will goes into 133, second, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7. Okay, this is the easiest one. If you want to easily find out, okay, which is having the highest strength in my Jataka or not, you go ahead and see it, the last one. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to dig analyze more and you want to see specifically in which bala I'm having high, which bala I didn't have, then go ahead and see every one bar chart. Okay. Is this much clear? It looks like I'm moving very fast. This much clear? No.
Yes, yes.
I will show you one more example in the Astro stage also. I'm going to switch the screen again. Okay. Let me and okay. When you open any of the chart, can you open one chart from the beginning? You able to see the Chrome browser, right? I'm opening the Astro stage now. Everyone can able to see?
Yeah, we can see it also.
Okay, let me take new one first. Sure. Okay, when you created the chart of your own, you come down and in your Astro stage you can see the table. There you find out the Shadbala and the Bhavbala. Click on that. There you find this table. In the Jagannath Pura, you see them as a chart. Here you will see it as a tabular format. Whichever you find it as interesting for you, which you can easily understand, follow that one. Okay. So here they will give you, they give everything in a separate way. Uchabala, Saptavarga Chabala, Ojo Mamsabala, Kendradipati, Deknabala, total Sthanabala is this way. Okay. Then Drikbala is this much. Then Nathabala, Pakshabala, Tribangabala, Aptabala we didn't see. Masa Vara Horabala, Ainabala, and Yuddhabala also we didn't see. Then total Kala Bala is this much. Then total Jeshta Bala. Then Naisargika Bala. Then the last one, Drikbala. Then the total Shadbala is this call. Then they gave you the Rupas also. They give you the minimum requirement. This one you don't need to understand. This much is more than enough. Until here, if you can able to easily derive and you can understand, that is more than enough. This much clear? Everybody was quiet.
Yes.
Vinita, it's clear, but if we learn with examples, it will help us because so much matter to understand.
Okay. Well, let's go with one example. Let me stop the sharing and again I go with the Jagannath Pura. Okay. Let me go with okay. Author of this software. Narasimha Rao sir. Let's go with his chart. He is the author of this software as well. Okay, let's find out the strength of him. Okay, let me go. Okay, when you see in the basic of this chart, his Lagna is the Kanni Lagna. Second house Graha, which is second house is the Tula. In that one Graha, which is Jupiter, which is a retrograde. And third house, no. Fourth house, no. Fifth house, no. Sixth house, Rahu and Moon. Seventh house, Sun. Eighth house, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Saturn. Such a combination. And ninth house, no. 10th, 11th, and the 12th is the Ketu. Okay. And Ascendant, there was no Ascendant. Ascendant, there was no Graha in it. So this is the basic of the, this is the chart for him. Okay, first question.
Vinita, can you share that screen?
Vanita,
Jagannath
please share
Pura.
the
Oh,
chart.
sorry.
Vanita,
Okay,
you are not put the chart.
okay, I understand.
Rashika,
I thought I was sharing. I didn't. Okay.
please
Everyone see,
explain once again, please.
everyone.
repeat once again.
Yeah, I will do. Everyone see the screen now, right? Okay, I again go with that. For him, the chart, his Lagna is the Kanni Lagna. Okay. Now the next thing we'll find out what is the Rashi for what is the Rashi for this chart.
Moon.
Moon, where is the moon? Moon is in here. What is this?
Kumbha.
Kumbha Rasi. Okay, in the Lagna is the Kanni Lagna, Rashi is the Kumbha Rasi. Then we have to find out which Graha, first thing we have to find out which is the exaltation planet is there or debilitation planet is there or not. Okay, the third thing we have to find out what is there any exaltation planet. Okay, let's go with the simplest one. Is there any Graha which is in the own house or not? Okay, let's go with from here. Jupiter is in the own house? No, right?
No.
Let's go here, Rahu and the Moon. Leave the Rahu and Ketu because whichever it was accompanying, it will take that house is the own house. Okay. Moon is in the own house?
No.
No. Sun is in the own house?
No.
Mercury is in the own house?
No.
Venus is in the own house?
No.
Saturn?
No.
Mars is in the own house or not?
Yes.
Yes. Then will come here. So from this chart, the one owner of the house is in the Mars. Mars is in the own house. One planet is in the owning the house. And now find out the exaltation planets and the debilitation planet. Okay. Mercury is debilitated here. Let's go with the exaltation first. Mars is exalted here.
No.
No. Venus, Mercury and the Saturn?
No.
We are seeing only exaltation. Okay. Now we'll move on into the same way. Ketu, leave it. Jupiter is exalted here?
No.
No. Moon is exalted here?
No.
No.
Sun is also not exalted. So there was no exaltation planet. Now we'll go into the debilitation. Okay. In the
Saturn.
anything is debilitated here?
Saturn.
Saturn is debilitated. Okay, let's move on here. Jupiter is debilitated here?
No.
Okay, now Moon is debilitated here?
No.
Sun is debilitated here?
No.
So there was only one graha which is debilitated, that is Saturn.
Saturn.
Okay. Then interestingly, okay, let's go with one. We found out the Lagna, we found out the Rasi, we found out owner of the house, exaltation, debilitation, 5 things was finished. Now we're getting into the Lagna. Find out the Lagna strength first. Is anybody aspecting the Lagna or not? Okay. Is anybody is aspecting the Lagna? Let's go with the
Sun is
Sun was
aspecting.
aspecting. Okay, Sun is aspecting. Any other planet?
Vanita, how do you know he's aspecting Sun is aspecting? Diagonal?
Diagonal. Okay, let me show you. Okay.
Seventh
What
aspect.
is the aspect? What is the aspect of the Sun? There is a 7th aspect, right?
Yes.
Count
Yeah.
from Sun. From Sun is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is aspecting the Lagna. Okay, let's go one by one. Jupiter is having 5, 7, and I'm going a little bit fast here. So everyone knows about aspecting, so I'm going a little bit fast. So Jupiter is a 5, 7, 9. 5, 7, 9. Okay, here is a tricky point. How you go here? This is the retrograde planet. 7 is no problem. Okay, all the time the 7 is aspecting the whether it is retrograde or not, it will go like this only. The 7th is the standard one. Okay, now find out the 5th aspect of this graph. Which is the 5th one?
Confusing, Vanita, confusing. Repeat, huh?
Okay,
From Lagna.
let's leave this the retrograde planet now. Let me go with the simplest one. Okay, so currently we found out Sun is the only one planet which is the aspecting the Lagna. So I'm going to write a Sun is aspecting here. Okay, so Sun here, aspecting Lagna. We'll come back to the Jupiter later. Move on into the. We move this first. Okay, move on into the Rahu one, Moon first. Moon aspect is only one thing, that is the 7. So 7 is aspecting the Simha Rasi. So that is Graha, one Graha, and it is Ketu. So leave that one. Now, our objective is which Graha is aspecting the Lagna only. Rahu. Rahu is 3, 7, 11. So we'll find out 1, 2, 3. No. 1. Then the 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Rahu is interestingly aspecting every planet of him. Okay. Let's getting into the Sun. Sun is aspecting Lagna, we already found out. Okay. Now, let's see the Mercury. Mercury was aspecting who? Jupiter. And Mars is aspecting who? Jupiter. Venus is aspecting Jupiter. Saturn, Jupiter. Okay. So every planet was aspected by Jupiter. This much clear? This much correct or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here, the Mercury, Venus, only one aspect, so we leave it. Mars is having the two more aspects, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mars is aspecting one aspect here, and each aspect is here. Then the Saturn is having 2 more aspects. Third aspect here, 7th is already here, 8, 9, 10. 10 is on the Makara. So now coming into the Ketu. Ketu is 1, 2, 3, 1. And the 7, again, it's aspecting the Moon and Rahu. 8, 9, 10, 11. It's aspecting the Jupiter. So here come in, if you see this one, the malefic planets mostly aspected by the Jupiter, or it's aspecting the Jupiter. Okay, now we're coming into the conclusion. Any graha is aspecting the ascendant, only one graha is aspecting the ascendant. Yes or no? Did we miss anything? Okay, we missed the Jupiter. Okay, let's come into the Jupiter here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and 6, 7 is 1, 8, 9 aspecting here. Okay, it's in the second house. Well, coming into the later, if the retrograde planets was in the second house, what it will do. But our current intention was simple. Any graha aspecting the lagna or not was only one, because the ascendant didn't have any graha. So we have to see which other grahas aspecting the lagna or not. We found out one thing, that is sun. Okay, till now, any doubt?
Vinita, sorry. Jupiter also goes backwards because it's retrograde?
Mm. Mm.
Yes, okay.
But not always, okay? Remember, not always. Because of the birth chart list like this, we are going backward. Otherwise, normally Jupiter goes forward only. When that
Yes.
time of his retrograde, he born. So that's why we are moving also backward. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So objective is we found out the lagna aspecting grahas. Okay. Once you find this one, then you have to do the same exercise for every other planets. So we did the same thing already. If the Jupiter is aspected by which planet and Ketu is aspected by which planet, everything, we found out the next one. Okay. So once this one was found, and you have basic understanding about which one is in a good strength or bad strength. At this point in time, you may not able to derive which planet is in a good state or bad state, right? Then here comes the Shadbala calculation, helpful for you. Okay. Now we'll move on into the third tab. We move on into the third tab. Then there you find out the second, this one, the Shadbala. Come back here. The Shadbala one. You getting in the, okay, let me drop this one. Where is that? Okay. We're understanding basic about the chart, but still we didn't have an idea which graha is holding the good strength or not, right? We need some kind of a calculation. So the Shadbala will give you the enough idea about which graha is in a good strength or in a bad, which is having the highest strength, which is having a lowest strength. Then click on the Shadbala. Okay. Show Shadbala breakup. There you find out Sthanabala, Kalabala, Drikbala, Jeshta, everything is there. So our easiest way is directly go into the Shadbala part, where you can find out, see how awesome, beautiful it is, right? Every graha was holding the good position. Why? If you but the Mercury was not. But he was study very well. How come? Okay, when you see the graha which is in the strong, Sun and the Sun and the Jupiter should have the 390. See, the Sun is 452 and the Jupiter is 439. It's above the value of 390. And we will see the Mars and the Saturn, which is we need a Virupa about at least 300. Mars is 368 and Saturn is 398. Okay. It's all in the good position. And the Moon 360 and the Venus is 330. Moon 360 and the Venus 330. It's all, everything was good. But the Mercury was not in a strong, because Mercury we need 420 Virupas, but he having the lowest of one. But beyond that, every other grahas plays the major role. Okay, then you find out the Shadbala strength here. Until this point, you have a clear understanding or So for this Jataka, every Graha among the Navagrahas, among the 7 Grahas, 6 are in a good strong position. Only one Graha, which is not we can't say it is in weak. It's a least, that's it. Very a little bit weak, that's it. This much is clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, that is the way we can able to find out the Graha strength. Which one was holding the strength, which one is not having the strength. We can easily find out based on the Shadbala. Then if you deep down into the Sthana Bala and the Kala Bala, Drikbala one by one, you can find out the even more understanding about the horoscope. But for the easiest shortcut here is just to go ahead and see this bar chart one. This, where you can find out, okay, which graha is holding the good strength or not. Okay, now this much, now we are in the 6th step. What we will see, we find out the lagna, find out the rasi, find out who's the owner of, who's owning the houses among the grahas, what is the exaltation, debilitation planets, then which are the grahas aspecting the lagna, then what are the other aspects received by the other grahas. So once you just find out, we have a basic understanding of the chart. Then in order to increase our understanding, we need which graha this horoscope is holding the good strength. There the Shadbala plays the biggest role. Okay. Now, this is the conclusion of the Shadbala. Now I am come back into the PowerPoint again. Okay, that is the Shadbala. We are and this is the conclusion of the Shadbala. Till now, any doubts here? I consider it is a no. Okay, we'll still have a time. I move forward with one. Anyway, we are going. This one is really interesting one. This is about the friend and the enemies. Who are the friend to the graha? Who are the enemy to the graha? Well, okay, they call it as the Naisargika friendship or relation. Naisargika means this is the fixed one. This relationship, the graha among the relationship among the grahas, it won't change regardless of whoever chart you are seeing. This relationship is fixed. Okay, that is called as the Naisargika relationship. Okay, or Naisargika Maitreyi, they call it as a different terms. It is a relationship among the grahas, which graha is a friend, which graha is the enemy, or which graha plays the neutral role. Okay, this is what we are going to see. Okay, this thing is really based on the Mula Trikona of the corresponding grahas. For you already remember the Mula Trikona, you remember that one, but I'm not going to give you the understanding of the Mula Trikona. I'm going to give you the chart and tell you how you can remember that also. But the okay, but the principle behind that for finding the fixed relationship is based on the Mula Trikona. So you should have an understanding about which is the Mula Trikona of which graha. Okay, let's go one by one. For the Mars, which is the Mula Trikona? Okay, Mars owns 2 houses, right? One is the Mesha, second one is the Vrakshika. Among this one, the Mangal, the Mars will feel very good at Mesha Rasi only. That too, in a 0 to 12 degree, it feels is highly excited and it's a favorite place for him. That is the Mula Trikona. For the Chandra is the odd, I mean, he is a special. He took the place which is not his own house. Every other graha is owning his own house is the Mula Trikona. But the moon is the only graha which is owning the different house, not his own house. That is the Rishabha, especially which is in the 3 to 30 degree, it becomes, the entire thing is a favorite place for him. For the Simha, it is a own house, Simha, Surya, own house is the Simha, and the Mula Trikona is also Simha, that is 0 to 20 degree. And the Kanya. In the Kanya, Buddha was having 2 houses, one is the Kanya and another is the Mithuna. Among this one, Buddha choose Kanya. And particularly 15 to 20 degree, it feels is the own place for him. That is the Mula Trikona. We already saw this Mula Trikona in a very elaborate manner. That's why I'm going very fast here. Then in the Chukra owns two houses. One is Rishabha, second one is the Tula. Already Rishabha is occupied by Chandra. Then Chukran don't want to enter into some, even though it was his own house, he don't want to join with Chandra. He feels that the Tula is the best place for him, especially 0 to 15 degree. Then for the Jupiter, Guru owns two houses, Danu and the Meena. In the Dhanush feels his own house, particularly 0 to 10 degree. Then the Sunny owns two houses, Makara and the Kumbha. Among this, it feels Kumbha is the special for him, especially on the 0 to 20 degree. This is the Mula Trikona. Based on this, the fixed relationship is derived. Okay. We are not going to discuss how it was derived, but remember, this is the basic principle. Okay. Now, let's see into the Naisargika relationship. Which graha is a friend, which graha is neutral, which graha is the enemy. Okay, let's go with one by one. Let's see the sun. This one, if you possible for you, remember. Okay, remember all the time. Let's go with first graha, that is sun. Friend is the moon, Mars, and the Jupiter. Okay, let's go with the story here. You remember the story very first time when we discussed about the graha, I told you one story. Sun and the moon is the father and the mother. Then the Buddha is the princess. The Mars is the commander of the army. And the Jupiter is the finance minister or the guru for the Devatas. And the Chukra is also the minister, but he is an art and culture minister, arts and fine arts minister. But he is the guru for the not Devatas, he is the guru for the Rakshasas. Then the Saturn father is the sun. Even though sun is his father, he didn't like his father. He want to go away from him. Okay. Then we covered everybody, right? So based on, remember that story all the time. This will help you to remember this table. Okay. Let's start with the sun. Sun, who is his wife? Moon. He is the king. Okay. The king need his commander. His commander is the left hand for him. And he need his guru, the Jupiter. So three peoples. Moon is the wife, right? Don't consider this the physical relationship. I'm just giving an sun and moon and the mother and the father, so that you're getting an idea about, remember that one. Okay. So the sun needs the moon, and he needs the commander. He needs the guru. So moon, Mars, and the Jupiter are friend to sun. Okay, then neutral is Mercury. Why? Because the young princess, right? Father want to be strict with him and he want to discipline him, but he don't hate him. Okay, that's why he's a neutral. He don't want to show the entire love to him, even though he is a son, but he maintained the relationship in a neutral way. So for the sun, Mercury relationship is neutral. For the sun, remember, for the sun, Mercury is neutral. Then go with the enemies. Sun. Sun also hates Saturn. Saturn also hates Sun. So obviously, Saturn is the first enemy. Then Venus, because the Venus is not a Devata, Chukran is not a Devata's guru, is the Ashura's guru. So default, he becomes the enemy to Sun. The first line is clear? Easy? No? Okay.
Yes, it's easy.
Okay. Let's move on into the moon. If you didn't say anything, right? I feel like you understand everything. Okay, let's move into the moon. For the moon, sun is his life mate. So he is the father, I mean, husband and wife. Let's go into the relation. So he needs a son. And the moon loves his son. That's the young prince. Who's the young prince? Mercury is the young prince. So moon loves his husband, that is the sun. And he loves his young prince, that is the Mercury. So both becomes friend to him. Okay. But every other grahas, moon is the easiest one. Every other grahas becomes neutral. He didn't have an enemy. because the moon is the motherly nature. He don't want to be enemy with anyone. Every other becomes, except his husband and the son, everybody becomes a neutral relationship to him. Whether it is a Mars, Jupiter, Venus, or Saturn, everybody is in a neutral relationship. This line is the easiest one, right? Then we'll move on into the third one, that is Mars. Mars, Mars is the commander, so he have to be friend with his king, that is Sun. He have to be friend with his queen, that is Moon. He have to be friend with the guru, Jupiter. So Sun, Moon, and the Jupiter becomes the friend to Mars. Okay. Then the neutral relationship. Mars and Venus. Venus is also one more guru. Even though he's the commander, he won't be show the enmity to the Venus. He's in a neutral relationship. Saturn is also a sun to the sun, sun's sun, Surya's sun. So he won't show the enmity to the Saturn also. So Venus and the Saturn becomes a neutral to him. But the troublesome person for the Mars is the Mercury one, because he is a young prince. He want to do this, that, and he want to go out of the border, and he want to do all kind of the naughty stuff. The commander won't accept all this thing. He want to discipline him. So Mars enemy is Mercury. Now getting into the Mercury, he's a young prince, right? Young prince always, most of the time, the son wants to become like his father. Obviously, it goes with a Mercury. Mercury wants to be like his father, son. The son becomes a friend to him. And he want to entertain himself. Who will entertain? The entertainment minister will be right. So Venus is a friend to him. And the neutral is the even though he is an young prince, he could not able to show enmity to his commander Mars. So he maintained a neutral relationship. So Jupiter, he is a strict guru, so he becomes a neutral relationship to him. And the Saturn is not an enemy, because he is also son of the Surya's son. He don't show the enmity to the Saturn also. For the Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and the Saturn becomes the neutral relationship. Here is an interesting thing. For that young prince, his mother becomes the enemy. That is, the moon becomes the enemy. Mercury, because he don't want to be stay along with his mother. He want to explore the world, but mother, he want to protect his son. He always want to restrict him. He most of the time he want to cut that barrier. Imagine that story. All the time, Mercury don't like the moon, because he want to explore the world. He want to be like his father. So Mercury, moon becomes the enemy. For Mercury, remember one thing: moon, his friend is the Mercury. For the moon, Mercury is the friend. For Mercury, moon is the enemy. Okay. Now move on to the Jupiter. Jupiter, obviously, he loves his king, queen, and the commander. Who is the king? Sun, queen, moon, and the commander, Mars. Okay. Maintain a neutral relationship with Saturn only. And the enemies, Jupiter, Mercury. And the Jupiter also maintain the enmity with the Venus. Okay. Venus is the another guru, but the Jupiter and Venus don't like it. Jupiter don't like Venus. Okay, here is the interesting thing will come next. For the Venus, Mercury is the friend, because young prince is also loving the fine art culture, and he is a fine art minister. They gel with each other. Saturn is the good one for him. He won't disturb anybody. So Venus friend with Mercury and the Saturn. For the Venus, maintain the neutral relationship with the general commander, that is Mars, and the guru, Jupiter. See this one. He maintained the neutral relationship with Jupiter. Venus maintained neutral relationship with Jupiter, but Jupiter maintained enmity with the Venus. Okay. Now, Venus have enmity with obviously Sun, then Moon also. Because Sun and Moon both are king and queen, right? He is an Asura Guru, and his Sun and Moon are the king and the queen. So the enemy for the Venus is the Sun and the Moon. For the Saturn, Mercury and the Venus is always friends. Okay, neutral relationship with the Jupiter. Every others becomes the enemy. king, queen, general, commander, 3 peoples becomes the enemy to Saturn. This chart is clear or easy to remember?
Vinita, there's some questions like if Venus is enemy to Sun,
Hmm.
but when we see Venus, then Sun is Saturn is enemy to Sun.
Hmm.
I mean, for one they're enemy, for the other one they are friend or neutral. How is that possible? Like I don't like somebody. Suppose I don't like you, but you like me.
Yeah,
That's
that's
little
possible. That's possible, right? See, for example, if father and the mother may like only second child. The mother may like one. You may tell no, mother love all the child. No, for come into the human relationship and come into the reality, when you ask the mother and tell them the truth, they will tell, yeah, I like my second child only. Somebody will tell, no, I like this first child only. Some mother will tell, I don't like any other child. Don't go with the general idea, because the human nature will be different. The tendency will be different. I like you, you like me, that is a mutual relationship. But I like you don't like me, that's okay, because it is my individuality and I have my taste gel with you. I like you, you don't like me, it is your taste. That's possible, that's
Okay.
totally possible. If you extend your vision when you're seeing the other humans and without eliminating the general ideas like uh, father is the straight, mother is the lovable. These are all the general ideas. Okay, remove all these things and see the world with whatever you. If you want to see, then the screen will be removed and you can see the reality. I saw the
Okay.
people whose the father is lovable than the mother. The father is such a great person, and the mother is okay. He frankly saying, I don't like the kids. Okay, that's okay. It's her tendency, but don't go with the general idea. The general idea was most of the time when the general idea is created by the authors, the people who writing the books, who writing the articles, who writing
Yes,
the
yes.
cinemas. These people are
But go to reality. Yeah.
yeah, the reality is totally different because when you remove the screen, okay, let's see whatever it is. When you have an accepting mentality, this thing will reveal to you.
Okay. Understand.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, already we crossed.
We are supposed to remember this chart. I mean, broadly we should know, no?
Yeah, just remember where you no need to put some effort, but whenever you find them, look into this chart, stare at this chart as much as you can. It will come on, it will come to you on your, you no need to put extra effort. But as I always said in the beginning also, when you repeat the names, it will comes to you without you knowing also. When you repeat the nakshatra names again and again, again and again, even though it was 27, it will it will comes in your fingertips.
Yes.
You don't need to put extra effort, but just utter the word and it will do the magic.
Okay. Thank you, Vinita.
That one word will have the sufficient amount of vibration holding in it. When you utter by any of the individual, that energy, you also consume that energy. But you
Get it.
you don't need to believe me whatever I'm saying. Just practice and see whether whatever I said is something is real or not.
No,
Yep.
it is right. You keep seeing it, you keep trying to put it in front of you, it becomes part of you. You're right.
Yeah, but there was one thing. When I practiced my yoga, my teacher was saying, "Okay, you have to utter this sound continuously." And I'm such a kind of a person, like I want to experiment myself to understand, experience everything. And my teacher was again and again saying, "Utter the word, utter the word." Why I need to do that? Okay, then you feel you do this as a practice when you do the sadhana regularly, and you will came to understand why you need to say that. Also, he didn't say that answer to me. Then when I'm doing the practice again and again, then I can came to understand the universe will tell you the answer to you. You no need to get answer from any books, any of the peoples, but the answer will come to you on your own. Okay, why I'm telling you that.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. This is the one thing I thought to tell you today, but we already crossed the time. Okay, we'll see this the same thing in the next week. Okay. Okay. Till now, any questions? No, right? I'll close the session today.
Yes. Thank you so much, Vanita.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Then bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.